Hello, dear astrology lovers, and welcome to my new video dedicated to Jupiter's transit through the sign of Leo from June 2026 until July 2027. This is such a powerful transit because Jupiter feels great in this bright, brave, and positive sign ruled by the sun, so we can expect a significant energy shift collectively and on a personal level as well. First, I will explain the general meaning of this transit and the lessons Jupiter is bringing while moving through Leo. And then we will look at how this energy may manifest personally in your horoscope based on your rising sign. I think it's important to understand the overall energy so you can translate it to your own horoscope. So I believe that even the first part of this video is worth watching. So let's see what Jupiter in Leo represents in general. Jupiter is the great benefic, the planet of luck, protection, growth, and opportunities. And while transiting Leo, it's inviting us to recognize and acknowledge our own potential and become more aware of our gifts and share them with the world, to be more confident and courageous, and most importantly, to be more visible and create opportunities instead of just waiting for them. Jupiter in Leo is anything but modest and never shrinks itself to fit in. It shines brightly, allowing its full potential to shine through, and that's exactly what it wants us to do in the areas of our lives it will be transiting. So, this is our chance to choose growth and expansion. Jupiter in Leo also reminds us that playing small doesn't always serve our growth, and it definitely encourages us to take up space, trust our abilities, and allow ourselves to dream at least a little bit bigger. It's important to understand that this is not about ego, exaggeration, or seeking attention for its own sake. It's definitely not about that. It's about recognizing your potential and having the courage to express it. Leo is also associated with heart, and Jupiter tends to expand wherever it touches. So during this transit, many of us may feel called to live more from the heart and make choices that bring genuine joy and reconnect with what truly inspires us. And Jupiter in Leo definitely teaches us that our talents are meant to be developed and shared, because a gift that remains hidden cannot serve, help, or inspire others. And there is somebody on this planet who might need you, your talent, your skills, and your gifts. So it's good to think about sharing them with the world. And this transit also encourages us to stop doubting ourselves and start using our natural abilities more consciously and more confidently. So, whatever it is that you would like to start, a YouTube channel, an Instagram page, launch your own brand, whatever, this transit is inviting you to be more courageous and do it. And finally, Jupiter in Leo also wants us to embrace creativity and do more of what we truly love. And why is that important? Because finding your passion and sticking to it is often the path toward your life purpose, which is something that Jupiter strongly represents. And life with purpose and without a purpose can't even be compared. And now let's explore what you can expect from this transit in your horoscope. Dear Gemini Rising, Jupiter will be transiting your third house, and the third house is naturally ruled by your sign. So it is the house of intellect, learning, communication, siblings, documents, writing, speaking, media, and of course, short trips. And with Jupiter moving through this house and the sign of Leo, your mind might really want to open up. So you might adopt a much more optimistic and broader point of view. So you're not just looking at one option or one perspective anymore, but starting to see the bigger picture and multiple possibilities at the same time. And this can be very beneficial actually, because you might consider some options that you have never even thought about. And this can lead to some new doors that could open in front of you, some new connections or overall opportunities that can bring some good results and things into your life. And some of you may become much more aware of the wisdom you've gained through your life experience so far. And this is not just about feeling wiser. It can actually lead to small but meaningful internal adjustments. For example, a shift in how you think and how you speak and how you choose to respond to life, or a shift in how you make decisions. This can have a strong impact on your life, because Jupiter is all about wisdom and seeing the bigger picture. Jupiter in your third house can also support your vision for the future, or you might create your vision for the first time, or it can be your new vision. So you might ask yourself, what's my 5-year plan and what kind of life do I want to build? Jupiter in Leo in your third house can inspire you to think like this. And this is also a very favorable and productive period for education of all kinds. So you might decide to enroll in a course or complete a certification or deepen your knowledge in something that genuinely interests you. And later on, who knows, this can absolutely turn into something you can monetize. As I said, the third house and your sign, which is the sign of Gemini, rule writing and publishing. So this transit could highlight that. If you've been working on a book or a blog or any written project, this transit can help you finally bring it into the world and give it visibility. So your words and ideas can reach more people with Jupiter in Leo in your third house. And this is the time when you might find the courage to speak up, present your talents, your work, and become more vocal about something, because Jupiter in Leo can make you feel more confident, and it can make your communication more confident, more expressive, and even more performative, because this is the sign of Leo. So this is excellent for podcasts, public speaking, teaching, or any situation where your voice needs to be heard. Also, a very strong transit for content creation and marketing. So if you work in marketing, wow, your overall results, your metrics could explode with this transit. Also, your creative potential can be boosted by Jupiter in Leo in your third house. You can create new campaigns or and engaging, authentic content that can have an amazing response from the audience. So make sure to consciously make the most of it. And in general, there can be more messages coming your way. So news you've been waiting for suddenly arrives and the outcome is positive, or something resolves in a better way than expected, because Jupiter is the greatest benefic and the best of all the planets that we have. And also, since the third house is the house of communication, new connections can appear in your life. This transit can bring new people into your everyday life through very natural, almost casual circumstances. So, conversations, social media, short trips, courses. And these are not necessarily fated encounters in a dramatic sense, but rather connections that can slowly start to matter more and then open new doors for you. So some of these people can bring great opportunities into your life, and others may simply expand your perspective or bring some great useful insights and in general impact the way you think. And pay attention to who you're talking to during this period, because even the smallest conversations can open unexpected doors. On the shadow side, just be mindful of information overload and oversharing, because Jupiter expands everything, including opinions, thoughts, and words. So balance is important. And the third house is also the house of documents, contracts, and paperwork. So, this is a great time for anything that needs to be officially regulated or resolved. So, things that were stuck for a long time can suddenly start moving forward. For many of you, this transit can support travel, especially short trips or frequent movement. Travel plans that were delayed before might now become much easier to realize. And of course, cars and transportation are also part of this house. So, this can be a good time to sell a car at a good price or to upgrade to something more luxurious or noticeable, because Jupiter in Leo can ignite that desire for quality and status. At the same time, be mindful of overdoing it, because exaggerated enthusiasm can easily lead to overpaying or choosing more than you actually need. And the third house also represents siblings and close relatives. So there can be some joyful developments there, like celebrations or good news or reconciliation, or simply more positive communication and connection. Overall, this is a very supportive and mentally stimulating transit for Gemini rising, a period where your voice, your mind, and your ideas can truly expand and be seen. And this is all for Gemini Rising. I hope this video gave you some useful insights into what Jupiter's transit through Leo may bring into your life over the next year. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more astrology content, and that way you will also help my channel grow, which is highly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a beautiful Jupiter transit through Leo. Thank you, and see you in my next video.